Holy shit, UFC 324 was insane. It was nothing that any of us expected. Had some crazy highs and some lows, and I'm here to talk about all of it. Kicking things off, of course, we have to talk about that main event, Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje, an absolute war, an absolutely amazing fight. Both of these guys left it all in there. Gaethje put the pressure on early. He landed on Paddy, and you honestly thought that Paddy was going to go down and it was going to be over. He dropped Paddy. He was laying some punches in, but Paddy, he stuck in the fight. And that was the story of this fight. Paddy, he showed heart, and honestly, his stock rose in this fight. He did show that he didn't really belong with the top of lightweight just yet, and I kind of suspected that could happen. I mean, we saw his last three, wasn't the craziest of opponents. This was a big jump up, and I don't think he was able to hang with Gaethje in terms of actually inflicting a lot of damage on him, but he was able to survive, and he showed that he has a hell of a chin, and he'll be back. Paddy's young. He's got a lot to show for in this game. He still put up a great fight, honestly. He had his own moments, but Gaethje won that comfortably. And now we get to see what's next for Justin Gaethje, which is, of course, going to be Ilia Topuria. And if I learned anything from this fight, it's that both of these dudes would get absolutely smoked by Ilia. Ilia would easily have KO'd Paddy in this fight, and he'll definitely KO Justin. Justin's just way too sloppy on the feet. So none of these guys stand a chance against Ilia, but honestly, for the first Paramount card, for a main event, it was pretty awesome. It was an awesome fight, so no complaints from me. Great way to start the year off. The rest of the main card wasn't too shabby either. In the co-main, we had Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong, a pretty competitive back-and-forth fight. A lot of people are trying to claim robbery in this one, but guys, having a takedown at the end of a round for 20 seconds doesn't overtake everything else that happened in the round prior. O'Malley was controlling the pace, he was landing the big shots, landing the important shots, and overall won the round. In my opinion, he clearly won rounds 1 and 3, and then I gave round 2 to Song. It was pretty easy to score. A lot of people don't like O'Malley, think he's a UFC favorite, and he might be, but in my opinion, he clearly won this fight. And O'Malley, I think, was a little hesitant here. I don't even think this was the best performance of his life. I think he fought really good. And I think in that third round, you started to see glimpses of the old Sean O'Malley, the hungry one. And I think if that was a 5-round fight, he probably was going to end up KOing Song, to be honest. So we'll see what's next for both of these guys. For O'Malley, I'm assuming they're probably going to try and make him versus Petr Yan. Makes the most sense. But I personally want to see him versus Corey Sandhagen at the White House. I think that was a perfect call-out from Corey, and I'd like to see it. So we'll see if that's the route they go with. Waldo Cortez Acosta and Derek Lewis definitely didn't disappoint either. It's two big heavyweights. They're throwing, they're slugging, and one of them fell. Waldo Cortez Acosta, it was a good win for him. Big name in Derek Lewis, and now he can look towards probably the top 5. I'm not sure how far he can really go at heavyweight because, honestly, I don't think he's as athletic as some of the dudes at the top, and I think these Cyril Gons, these Tom Aspinalls, these guys are a little bit faster, are going to be able to stop Waldo, but for now, he's on a tear, and he picked up a very impressive win. Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas happened too, and a lot of people are going to be saying robbery here, and honestly, even though I picked Natalia Silva, I have to agree. I honestly thought Rose won this fight. I was surprised that she didn't, honestly. I was so sure that Rose was going to get her name read out when it went to the judges, but it didn't. They went with Natalia Silva because she's the younger prospect. She has a bit of a name she can grow, and she's much more marketable at this point than Rose is. Obviously, that's why she won. The UFC definitely had a hand in that. And yeah, I think on Paramount, we're going to see a lot more UFC favored decisions, if you understand what I mean by that. So yeah, Natalia Silva won. I'm happy she won because honestly, I do think she's more entertaining, and I think she has more interesting potential matchups in the future than Rose does, but she didn't actually deserve to win the fight. So yeah, there's always at least one of those fights on a card. So that was the fight for this card. Opening the main card, we had Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen. Now, my broadcast was cutting in and out. I don't know if that happened to any of you guys as well, but I didn't get to see a lot of this live, but I rewatched it, and yeah, Gene Silva, I mean, he's dominant. Kind of what we expected. The thing with Silva is I feel like he's always trying to do a little too much, and I think he overplays his character a bit, and it starts to like become not only a little cringe but just kind of annoying sometimes too. And like the antics at the end, he's like jumping off of Arnold Allen's back. Like honestly, I thought it was kind of funny, but like you can't like go around talking about respect and like bragging about respect and wanting it and then doing stuff like that. So I don't know. I like Gene Silva though. I think he's an incredible fighter, and I think he does have title aspirations in his future. I'm not sure what he's gonna do now though, because like we're going to have Lopez and Volk. I think we have to see what happens there to really say what happens for Gene next. But, yeah, in terms of this fight, I thought he fought really well. Arnold Allen, too. Tough loss for him. But Arnold is just – he's one of those fighters that's really good, but I don't think he's just good enough to make that jump to become a champ. I think he's one of these guys that's going to be a perennial contender, but just not good enough. And that's what we saw here. Gene Silva was just a step above. The striking mixed in with the clinch game and the grappling. Silva put work on Allen and definitely deserved to win. Umar and Figgy happened in the headliner on the prelims, and thankfully that fight was on the prelims because it should have been. Umar is just not exciting. It doesn't matter how you shake it, and the UFC is going to crack down on grappling this year and a lack of offensive grappling, should I say, because we don't want to see people lay on each other and do nothing. That's exactly what Umar did pretty much with Figgy for a lot of the exchanges when they went to the ground. So, in my opinion, it makes sense he's on the prelim. But yeah, overall, the first Paramount card seems to be a success. I don't know. A lot of people were complaining on their Paramount broadcast that there was a shit ton of commercials. You couldn't hear the coaches in the corners. And honestly, that doesn't even surprise me. Like, of course, there's more ads after you pay a subscription where you're not supposed to get ads. A lot of these subscription companies seem to forget the reason they started was to eliminate advertising and commercials and to have viewers just kind of watch something. And now they just kind of pump ads into everything because of money. So, yeah, that's going to happen. And also, another thing I want to say is, what the hell was it with that end time? Like, so we bumped everything an hour early, yet we still pretty much somehow finished around the same time. Like, that was completely ridiculous. I don't know why there's so many commercials, so much in between. Just get on with the fights. We want to watch the fights. After we just saw somebody lay on somebody for 15 minutes, we want to see something happen right after. We don't want to sit through 10 minutes of commercials. So things like that, they got to figure out. But overall, I think the first card of the year was a success. Thank you all for watching this video. Let me know if you guys agree with me in the comments. Did you guys enjoy? How did you feel about some of the decisions? And what are you looking forward to next? Thank you all for watching. Once again, be on the lookout for my videos this week. We got a pay-per-view coming up again, Lopez and Volk. Back-to-back pay-per-views. I'm very excited, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you once again. I'll see you all in the next one.